Come here, little one. Sit close to me. Your hands are so warm, mine used to be warm like that too, once upon a time. You want to know about grandmother's life? About the old days? Oh, my sweet child, where do I even begin? Life is like a long, winding road. Sometimes the sun shines on it, and sometimes the storms come and wash away everything you thought you knew. I was once young like you. Can you believe that? These wrinkled hands, they once picked cotton in the fields before dawn. These tired eyes, they once sparkled with dreams bigger than the mountains that surrounded our little village. I was 17 when I first fell in love. His name was Miguel. He had eyes like dark coffee, and hands that could build anything from nothing. We would meet by the old oak tree after sunset, when the world was painted purple and gold. He promised me we would have a house by the river, with children running in the yard and flowers growing wild in every corner. But promises are like morning dew, my child. Beautiful while they last, but they disappear when the heat comes. The war took Miguel away from me. One day he was there, holding my face in his hands, telling me to wait for him. The next day I was holding a letter that felt heavier than all the stones in the world. I waited anyway. For 3 years I waited. I would sit by that oak tree every evening, watching the road, believing that any moment I would see his silhouette walking home to me. But he never came. The war swallows young men like the earth swallows rain. Your grandfather, Jus Minus, God rest his soul Minus, he was Miguel's best friend. He came to me one evening, hat in his hands, tears in his eyes. He said, Maria, Miguel asked me to take care of you if he didn't come back. I was angry at first. How dare he? How dare he think he could replace Miguel? But Jus was patient. He would bring me wildflowers every Sunday after church. Not to court me, he said, just to remind me that beauty still existed in the world. He would sit with me under the oak tree and tell me stories about his childhood, about his dreams of having a small farm where children could run free and safe. Slowly, very slowly, I began to see that love doesn't always come like lightning. Sometimes it comes like sunrise Minus, so gentle you don't notice it until the whole world is warm with light. I married Jus when I was 20-3. We had our farm, just like he dreamed. We had your father, and then your Aunt Rosa, and then little Carlos who only stayed with us for 2 winters before the fever took him away. Oh, my heart, losing a child is like having a part of your soul torn away while you were still breathing. I remember holding Carlos, so small and burning with fever, and begging God Minus, screaming at God Minus to take me instead. But God doesn't work that way, does he? Jus found me one morning, sitting in Carlos' empty room, holding his little shirt to my chest. I hadn't eaten in days. I hadn't spoken in days. I wanted to follow my baby wherever he had gone. Jus took my face in his hands Minus, those gentle, strong hands Minus, and he said, Maria, if you die, who will remember Carlos' love? Who will tell his stories? You are the keeper of his memory now. That's when I learned, little one, that sometimes living is the hardest thing we can do, but we do it for the ones we've lost, and we do it for the ones who still need us. We rebuilt our life, piece by piece. Jus and I, we learned to carry our grief together instead of alone. We had good years after that. We watched your father grow strong and tall. We danced at his wedding to your beautiful mother. We held you for the first time when you were so teeny, so perfect, so full of possibility. Jus lived to see you take your first steps. He used to say you had stars in your eyes Minus, just like I did when I was young. He would sit right here in this chair, with you on his lap, and tell you stories about the brave knights and beautiful princesses. Do you remember? He died peacefully, you know. In his sleep, with my hand in his. His last words were, take care of our little star. He meant you, my darling. He was thinking of you even at the very end. Now here I am, an old woman with more years behind me than ahead. My body is tired, my bones itchy when it rains, and sometimes I forget where I put my glasses when they are sitting right on my nose. But you know what I've learned, my sweet child. You know what all those years of joy and sorrow have taught me. Love is the only thing that lasts. Everything else minus the houses, the money, the plans we make minus all of it can disappear in a moment. But love grows roots so deep that nothing can pull them up. Not war, not death, not time itself. I loved Miguel, and that love made me who I am. I loved Jaws, and that love gave me strength I never knew I had. I loved my children minus all of them, even the ones I had to say goodbye to too soon minus, and that love taught me what it means to be truly alive. And I love you, my precious grandchild, with all the love I have left in this old heart. Someday, when I am no longer here to tell you these stories, you will understand. You will face your own storms, your own losses, your own moments when you think you can't go on, and when those dark times come minus, because they will come, my darling, they come to all of us minus. I want you to remember this old woman who loved you more than all the stars in the sky. Remember that you come from a long line of survivors. Your great minus grandmother lived through revolution and famine. Your grandfather built a life from nothing with his own 2 hands. Your parents worked day and night to give you opportunities they never had. And I learned that the human heart is stronger than any storm. Voice growing very soft. Life will break your heart, little one. Again and again, it will break your heart. But here's the secret they don't tell you in fairy tales minus, every time it breaks, it also grows bigger. Big enough to hold more love, more compassion, more understanding for other broken hearts. So when your turn comes to sit in a chair like this, telling stories to a wide minus-eyed child, you will know what I know now. You will know that every scar is a lesson, every loss is a love that refuses to die, and every ending is just the beginning of something new. Long pause, sound of wind through the window. The sun is setting now, just like it did all those years ago when I used to wait by the oak tree. But I'm not waiting anymore, my dear one. I'm living. Right here, right now, in this moment with you. Your grandmother's story is almost finished, but yours is just beginning. And oh, my darling child, what a beautiful story it's going to be. Voice becomes a whisper. Promise me something. Promise me you'll remember that you are loved. In all the cheers and noise of the world, in all the moments when you feel small and scared, remember that you carry the love of generations in your heart. We are all there with you, always. Now come here and let me hold you one more time. Let me feel your warm little hands in mine. Let me look into those bright eyes that see the whole world as new and full of wonder. Breathing becomes slower, more labored. Tomorrow, when you think of your grandmother, don't think of this tired old woman in her chair. Think of the girl who believed in love so strongly that she waited 3 years for a ghost. Think of the mother who danced with joy at her children's slaughter and cried oh scenes when they hurt. Think of the wife who learned that love isn't just feeling minus, it's choosing, every single day, to care for someone else's heart as carefully as your own. Think of all of us who came before you, all of us who loved imperfectly but completely, all of us who stumbled and fell and got back up because we had something worth fighting for. You are that something, my precious child. You are our hope, our continuation, our answer to every prayer we ever whispered into the darkness. Final pause, very quiet. The stars are coming out now. Just like they did when I was young, just like they will when you are old. Some things never change, and that's a kind of comfort, isn't it? Sleep now, little star. Dream of all the beautiful tomorrows waiting for you. And know that wherever this old soul goes next, I'll be watching over you, loving you, believing in the magnificent person you are going to become. Barely audible. My story ends here, but the love goes on forever.